This is one of two tunnels Amtrak and NJ Transit train passengers use to travel between New Jersey and New York. The aging tunnels through the Palisades and beneath the Hudson River top experts' lists of the most pressing transportation problems between the two states. The tunnels sustained flood damage in Superstorm Sandy and are already more than a century old. The transportation challenges also include the aging Port Authority bus terminal in Midtown Manhattan. Transportation agencies have been tasked not only with deciding what improvements are needed, but figuring out how to fund the projects. Funding has so far proved elusive for Amtrak's proposal to dig two new passenger rail tunnels between New Jersey and New York Penn Station, as part of a plan that could cost $15 to $20 billion. Amtrak has warned it may have to shut down one of its existing tunnels in the coming years in order to make repairs, which could cause major disruptions to train traffic along the East Coast.
Over time, the only way to effectively correct that and halt it is to replace it. Take the tunnels out of service for about a year and a half, rebuild it from one end to the other, and then put it back in. Then it's good for another century. But until that point, we're not going to be able to arrest it, and eventually the damage will get to a point that we'll have to take it out of service.
As they face tight budgets, agencies like Amtrak are grappling with growing ridership on trains, subways, and buses. Shutting down one of the Amtrak tunnels would reduce rail capacity between New Jersey and Manhattan by 75% and could send commuters into often crowded PATH trains and buses, or into cars. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey has been recently grappling with how to replace its bus terminal, which was built in 1950 and crowded with an increasing number of New Jersey commuters. Early estimates peg a replacement at $7.5 to $10.5 billion. Senator Cory Booker, speaking after a recent tour of one of the Amtrak tunnels, expressed confidence Congress would eventually help fund new passenger rail tunnels, part of Amtrak's planned Gateway project.
I know it's a tough ask in this climate to invest the billions of dollars necessary in the Gateway project, but the way to think about it for me is that if you don't invest that money now, it's going to cost us more to fix, repair, and do it in the future.
Meanwhile, Amtrak has been taking steps to make way for a potential project, whether or not funding comes in.